Me?
Whoops, one's jumped out. Do you want me to keep it out?
The highest one in the deck.
Well, it just like jumped out. I didn't. Okay.
This is a new deck of cards for me. Love them. 9.
Hmm?
I want 9.
9 cards from
9.
anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
I lost count.
I need 2 more. Okay. These 4 are what I like, the message from the angels.
Okay.
This is the Earth card, or the Now card. From the Divine, your higher self, your mighty ion presence. And this is like the overlighting card.
Okay.
Okay, this is the, like the title of the book. Okay, this one feeds into each and every one of these cards in some way. It's called Goddess of Oneness. That does not surprise me. Okay. I look at this card, it's the one that's jumping out the most right now, and this is the one that brings all these tears. Like instantly when the card came out, all I could feel were these tears. You know when you've journeyed a long time and then you finally get to where you're going, or you finally get that something that you've been longing for such a long time that you cry in gratitude, right?
Greece.
And yes, that's what this card is. Okay, it's the one that wants to talk first. Like it's the energy that's. Now, if I could say anything, it would be like moments of validating yourself, right? And the journey that you've been on. And I don't know if this came up before, but didn't it come before about you writing a book?
Yes.
Okay. This is about you, your journey, the journey of the soul, the journey of your soul. It needs to be told because you've got the recipe for how to overcome and how to become, right? And you know that. The sacrifices.
We need the Kleenex.
This is called spring, this card. Okay? It's like the spring of your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your life is like spring right now. There's a timidness about this card, too. In order to write this book of you, there's a humbleness that's going to grow inside of you. And it's going to change your perspective even more of how you view people. It goes to oneness with humanity, oneness with the spirit that we all are, right? That connection, that oneness, will expand like your crown chakra opening fully from a closed position or a flower bud opening up. That is what writing this book. Don't let the word book scare you. This is telling me don't let the word book scare you into not doing this. They're saying memoir. This memoir of the spirit that you are and the journey that you've been on since birth, since as early as you can remember, and all of those pivotal moments and all the challenges and how you made it through them. This is like a memoir. But this is going to really, truly do something to you physiologically as well as energetically. Physiological in the sense of you really do begin walking both worlds, right? You walk the spirit world at the same time that you're walking earth, right? I know you've heard that saying, the ability to walk in both worlds, right? Well, this is what that will finish doing for you. It's like you're already on your journey, but this memoir will assist you in in a much richer way than ever before, or that you could even possibly think of. We have no idea what that kind of love is on this earth. That's what you're going to open up to. This deep spiritual love for humanity, for yourself, for every living thing. It's about oneness. And in doing so, there's going to be releasing like you have no idea. Alright, you're no stranger to this. What you once thought was important. Many years ago, you've released, and you've done this many times, where your perspective of what you think is important changes. What you think is truth changes. There is such an involvement in this letting go, but it begins in this memoir, this deep, deep soul connection with you, with yourself, in the writing of the memoir. It's like it moves you into that time of timelessness, right? Where time doesn't exist. I mean, time exists on this earth all the time, right? I mean, we live by it. But for you, it will literally cease. Does that make sense to you?
It does make sense to me.
Okay, because I'm having a hard time describing the energy that's coming forward for this. For you, all time is no time, and no time is all time. Now, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It's like a moment can be a year.
It's exactly what I was talking about. I've lost time within the last 2 weeks. I have no idea what.
Yeah, you're not living with time.
No.
Okay? It doesn't rule you. It isn't a part of your life anymore. You live in the moment. Okay? You live in your connection. Like they just let me slip inside that moment. And what I felt was that moment is this continuous connection that you have with everything. And it's wherever you allow your heart to guide you, you go. And it can be in a thought. And, oh, this is almost bizarre. The only way I can describe what they're showing me and letting me feel is like you become ethereal on this earth.
That word has come up for me in a couple of conversations. I like unique words.
You like unique words.
Yes, and etheric and ethereal
Yes.
has popped into my brain, and I've used it within the last month a couple of times.
Mhm.
It keeps coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I have a picture I sent to Brendan, and it was a picture of a girlfriend, but she was fuzzy.
Yes.
He goes, "Here's ethereal Susan."
Yes.
So that's really amazing, because that's not a word that you hear very often.
No, it isn't. And that's the only way I can describe what they're showing me you will feel
Yeah.
and how you will live. There are sayings that people try to live by, but you live in the ethereal moment. That's what happens to you. That's what's happening to you. And in order to do that, you're living that connection that is everything and nothing, right? The oneness with everything that is and yet attached to nothing. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
I'm looking at this. This card says Jade Mountain. And the only words I'm hearing is mountains of ice. I didn't know what the card said, but I heard mountains of ice. But I don't know where. I'm getting flirting little flashes here. One of them was your tongue, and freezing something. I can see you, this is really strange. I see you having a bath with ice cubes in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And why, I have no idea. And there's something about your tongue. Like you can taste color, read with your tongue. But I do the same thing. It doesn't happen all the time, just some of the times. I can taste color on my tongue. Like when they're bringing energy to me.
Okay.
Oh, it tastes red. You know, and I didn't realize that was going on till I verbalized, oh, it tastes red.
Yeah.
You know, but there's something about you having an ice bath.
What
And-
is this placement of this card again?
What's that?
The placement of the card?
This is the divine,
Oh, okay.
okay? I'm going to come back to that. Inevitably, if I kind of hit a roadblock, it'll come up in something else, okay? Okay, so this is weird. Don't let your compassion get the best of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, be compassionate first and foremost for yourself.
Yeah.
You already know what this is about. I can tell by the look on your face, right?
Well read, I think. Yeah.
Don't let someone take advantage of you because they know that you're compassionate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. You're very loving, you're very compassionate. Keep your eyes open and be aware. They're saying don't turn a blind eye to things, those little flags that come up. right?
Yeah.
Because there's a possibility of, I don't want to say someone, I don't think it's an ill intention. I don't think it's even a conscious one so much.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to speak the truth,
Okay.
okay? You can be compassionate to a fault,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And they're kind of bringing that up.
To be more aware with it.
To be more aware of, would you follow that same path?
Mm-hmm.
Or would, it's almost like being taken advantage of in your compassion, right? And always ask yourself the question, would you do that,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then that'll help steer you to help steer them in a better, energetic,
Okay.
balanced way of doing
Okay.
things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And that plays into self-worth.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the now card.
Yes. Okay, that makes total sense.
Okay, does that make total sense now?
Yes.
These two are tied together very quite strongly.
Mm-hmm.
The universe is opening up for you, correct?
Yes.
And bringing people to you and circumstances to you and opportunities to you. And there are those people that are being brought to you and that are there and they're assisting you and stuff like that. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Know your self-worth. Own it. Because if you don't, you will get taken advantage of. Because you need to know your self-worth. Okay?
It's one of the things that we did a hypnotherapy session on,
Mm-hmm.
because it came to light through my other reading
Mm-hmm.
that there was something that I had thrown off to a corner and was not dealing with, and that I needed to, in order to move forward,
Mm-hmm.
I need to open up that box and deal with it. And through later discussions, it came to the three of us, Walter, Sheila, and I,
Mm-hmm.
that it was about the law of allowing.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be able to allow, you had to be worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my block was.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we did a session on going back and working on my self-worth.
Mm-hmm. And
So
how does that feel now?
I feel a lot stronger,
Mm-hmm.
in my self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel that a big part of that onion has been peeled away.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And there's
still a little
more.
bit of a remainder left that I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's strong. So, now, this, this card, it's like the highest card in the deck, the golden path within,
The one that flung itself out.
the one that flung itself out. How does that saying go? The world is my oyster,
Yes.
right? Something about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what's happening right now. It's like everything is aligned for you and then some. And it's all coming. Okay. You don't have to do any of this with your head. None of it. Let yourself do it all with your heart.
That makes so much sense.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Every answer is there. Every key is there for you. And you know how to get there. You know how to live in that space. When you were a little girl, did you have a dream?
can be more specific.
Okay, did you have a dream of what you wanted to be or do?
I had that vision that I told you about,
About the acreage.
and then shortly after that, I got, well, not shortly, it was a while after that, I got a next
The next one.
manifestation, and now I've just got my third.
Your third one.
Yeah.
Okay, because this love card here, this love card is about dreams being realized.
Mm.
This is about it's like one that there's a dream that you have forgotten about.
Mm.
That I don't know if it was when you were really little,
Mm-hmm.
or one that you don't know about and it's coming true. This one makes my heart, you know that feeling you get when you're excited about something? You don't know if you're feeling anxious or excited,
Yeah.
right? That's what this is. It's like frozen in time. Frozen in time. This was the one with the tongue, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it all the way down my throat from my tongue back. Okay, this is like, it says Jade Mountain, and I heard Ice Mountain. And something to do with your tongue and being able to taste and taste color and taste energy and form pictures on your tongue from the energies that you're receiving. This is about you speaking.
Oh.
This is about you speaking.
I just got that big time.
Yeah, it's very, very important. And this is what ends up. This is part of the path to the foundation. Okay?
Yeah.
That will just evolve by itself. You don't have to let your head get involved.
Anything. No.
Okay?
No, I get that.
That is not what that's about. That will just evolve. This is about you speaking.
My truth. Me speaking my memoirs.
Yes, you speaking your memoirs. And letting yourself be the gift to humanity. But do you feel the truth in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was a huge wave before you even said it. It just came. And it's all...
This is all interconnected. You will be that. You will connect to the hearts and souls of so many through your memoirs. More importantly, you get to this state of absolute oneness through your memoir, through the release. You grow in self-worth by releasing and clearing. It's like, I don't even want to say releasing and clearing. Do you want to know why? Because it is through the writing of your memoirs that you gain different perspectives and awarenesses of yourself and humanity and the world and your own love and your love that is ethereal. That love inside of you that is ethereal is born, it comes out, and you live in this world and that world. And that stuff that I say, it says it's like clearing, releasing. You don't have to, it's automatic. It just simply happens.
It is.
It isn't work that has to be done. You don't have to clear it out yourself. It falls away from you. And you're born this new perspective. And it brings you to this place of absolute self-worth. And that self-worth is how you view everyone else. Do you know what I mean? You view everyone else as that unique, incredible,
Beautiful.
beautiful spirit that is no different from you, right?
Do you know what made the last girl cry? That I was talking to, the one that said,
Oh, okay.
I looked her in the eyes and I said, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
I see the beautiful person you are inside.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I know that you're there.
Mm-hmm. And that made that connection. And she knew you were speaking the truth. Right?
Yeah.
And we're all on this earth trying to see ourselves and to be seen.
Yeah.
Right? And through this memoir, you will see yourself more clearly than ever before, and in turn you will see everyone else differently and more clearly, and then you will be walking in both worlds. And this simply happens. Don't think about it.
Don't worry.
And don't use this. Use the heart. From here on out, just be the heart that you are. But don't let this happen. Don't let this compassion overrule justness or fairness, integrity, honor. And there's a humbleness that will be born inside of you that is just breathtaking through all of this. You know, when you see someone that is so full of grace and peace and calm,
Mm-hmm.
and you know it's like they've got a piece of heaven and it's just shining inside of them, right? That's what you will become. That's that humbleness that I'm talking about. That's how they show it to me. It's like heaven shines in your eyes and radiates from your heart. And that's the true humbleness and grace. This card, which I haven't spoken about, is about all the wounded.
Mm.
This is about the lost, the forgotten, the confused, that find their way to either your memoir or to you. And that's how the energy of oneness is going to spread. Do you remember I said you're out in the universe, and there's so many streams of light flowing from you to others, and it's like you're in the very center. That's what this is all about. Okay, I'm being told I need to revisit this about the tears. Okay? This is a journey that brought you here. With your own wounds. How did you heal those wounds?
There was lots of ways. Then or now?
Well, whatever is your... I would say... Okay, so each one is relevant, is what
Yeah.
they're saying. Each way in which you healed the woundedness is relevant because everyone is at a different place
At different times.
at different times on their paths,
Mhm.
right? So if you can keep in your heart's remembrance instead of head, heart's remembrance, how you healed your woundedness or how you were in your woundedness is equally as important. Allowing you to be that compassion, and yet, as you said a little bit earlier, you were speaking about tough love. And then you were channeling that tough love. I like to call it true love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tough love just seems, that's just my
Yeah.
personal thing on it because it's true. There's a true love, a truer love
Yeah.
to speaking that truth that may not be the, oh,
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for you. That won't get them anywhere, right?
It's funny that you say that because when I said tough love, I had that little jolt and says, well, it's not tough, but people understand tough love.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't. It was through compassion and empathy and not like berating or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So these people are going to come more and more and more.
Yeah.
So this is really important right now.
Yeah.
So, and you've already addressed it, right? But you know there's many layers to that one for you.
Is there any guidance in regards to...
To the self-worth? Is that what you, yeah? Okay, that's weird. I'll just tell you what I got. You know the viney plants? You know the vines? They just showed me two streams of energy lines, just like a vine, coming up, kind of swirling and wrapping like this. And it came up and then it went down, and that's inside of you. So you're visual, right? And so what they're trying to show you, or me, for you, it's like this beautiful dance of these vines of light, and then they go down and through your crown and swirl and meet with your radiant light, that core star within you, and then come back up and out and feel the beauty as it rises. Feel your beauty, your self-worth, your regalness as a divine being. And if you can enter into every moment like this, every endeavor, enter like this. And they say you can do it. If you just do this and really feel and see this taking place within you, and then letting it come out. And this is your regalness. It's regal. It's grace. It's beauty. It's strength. It's divinity. It's ethereal. It's everything. It's you. How can that be anything but worthy of everything? Do you feel that? That's all you need to do. And continue to do it. And every time you allow these streams of light to go within, searching for that radiant light and bringing it out and letting it be here as your crowning glory all around you. For it's within you and now all around you, and it just cloaks you. You are stately, you are regal, you are grace and beauty and strength, you are purpose. Like you are everything, you're one with everything. You lack nothing. Like you have everything. Do you feel that? That's incredible.
Yeah.
That as a practice in every moment that you can think, to breathe and visualize it and do it and feel it and own it, you will just become it. Do this before you have a conversation with someone, before you do any business, before you have, if you have a confrontation with someone, anything, before you do anything, just do that. It takes seconds.
And it feels wonderful.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Believe me,
could
I'm
live
going
in
to
here.
do this.
I can live in this state.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
This is really truly going to be okay. Yes, of course. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was just looking at this, being drawn to this once again, and in all your moments and encounters, when you find yourself being that voice for someone, you need to journal it. You need to reflect on it. It will tie back into your memoirs. It will help you. Because you're just this open channel. You know that, yes?
I've started feeling it, yes.
Yeah. You're this open channel whenever you choose to be. So, whenever someone's in need, just be the open channel. Be this. And be open. And you are that. This ties in with your memoirs. This is going to help you remember things about your journey. All right? This will help spark remembrances and open awarenesses about your own journey and how it can all be tied together. It's like your normal everyday living and encountering people, and is going to help you to have those awarenesses and remembrances that are going to help you structure everything. Because you're coming from a place of the heart isn't structured, right?
Yeah.
So these are actually going to help you do the structured aspect.
I was wondering about that in regards to, so where do I start and what do I do?
How do I start? What do I do?
And am I going to remember everything, and it doesn't matter, and I'm going told I don't have to remember anything in chronological order.
No.
It's all going to come,
It's
and I just speak at what it is that's coming to me at that point in time.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry or think.
And just your encounters with people and how people are drawn to you will spark a remembrance or an awareness of something that took place in your life, and then as soon as possible either have a hand recorder record it, record your thoughts at the time, your feelings at the time, and then just do the, the groundwork,
Mm-hmm.
and get it journaled. That's what's going to structure it. That's what's going to help you structure it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I think that's it, darling.
Well, that was an incredible reading. I'm a little bit flabbergasted.
Are you? Why?
I don't know.
Oh, because of this foundation?
Well, no. Actually, that's not even... The funny thing is, that's a given that I don't have to worry about and I'm not even thinking about. But the way that this came about, because you were so, trying to figure out the color, and as soon as you said color and taste, and I'm going, whew, you're talking. It's what's coming out of you that's emitting the energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I finally got it.
Yeah.
What it was
but
all
that
about.
was-
but
I got it the same.
you
and
got it
was-
at exactly the same time I did.
I know. I'm going, oh my God. It's like someone just blew,
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But this was very, very good for me because it's like kind of affirming what I've already been hearing and seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then my logical mind goes, so I'm doing this journal, so then what? Or else I'm doing this recording. And I was going, shut up, just do it.
Yeah. I think if you even think back to the time where everybody was crying, and you can even use that and journal that
Yeah.
and sit with that and feel it in your heart. Let your
Yeah.
heart do the talking, not your head.
Yeah.
This is a journey of the heart to oneness.
Yeah.
And you're well on your way.
I feel it. I feel so many changes in me.
Mm-hmm. Like you're well on your way to that state of grace and oneness.
Mm-hmm.
And like the golden path within. It's like for this card, all I keep feeling is the gentleness of life. It's like you no longer struggle with life at all because you've gone within. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And this going within is going to bring you the riches if you want, where you don't have... It's like you don't live in the stress of the world.
No.
You live in the peace of who you are and the connection that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You live in your connectedness, and it's peaceful there.